And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Wizards Wanted. Now this is a new game from Mattel. Now when I first saw this, I was like, wow, okay, this looks like a great game for my kids. It looks here, you see the cute wizards, and this game is very cute, has really nice little pixie dust pieces here. You're going around, you're doing different jobs for the community. Looks like a lot of fun. Let's find out. So here's the board of Wizards Wanted. There's different areas on the board here, and there's some villages. Each village has a job that needs to be done. So for example, here they need a barbecue done. And to do that, they're going to need 12 pixie dust. And if they do so, you're going to get 2 coins, and you're going to get 2 points. And also it gives you this symbol, this magic symbol, which we'll talk a little bit about later. Maybe here is a child's birthday, and here is an outhouse cleaning. You can see you're a wizard of great renown. Fungus removal, sweet rain festival, sheep shearing, spirit animal festival. You're kind of a happy wizard. Now, in your first turn of the game, you can take your wizard piece and you can place it on any village. Now, what you're going to do on each of your turns is you're going to move. Now, there's different methods of moving, but everyone can move up to 5 spaces. If you move 1 space, you'll get 5 pixie dust. If you move 5 spaces, you have to pay 10. So you have to determine how much you're going to pay to do that sort of thing. Also, you have the opportunity, as you're going around and moving, you can take the chocobo. That's probably not a chocobo, but it's a bird, and you can go from one bird to another. You just have to pay 2 coins. Finally, you can teleport. You can teleport to one of these stones here in the corner, and you can also you can teleport from these stones from one to another. You can also teleport to wherever this gentleman is on the board because he's a teleport stone on his head. And that costs 10 to teleport, and when you teleport to one of these corners, you'll take a charm of that color. Now, the whole point of the game is after your movement, and by the way, your movement can be moving, using the bird, and teleporting. You can do all 3 of those together. But after you're moving, you have an action you can take. If you're in the market here, this is how you're going to get more, or one of the ways you're going to get more pixie dust. You go here, and you're going to turn in coins for pixie dust. So I can turn in 4 coins and get 50 pixie dust. Every time someone goes here, this fairy is going to move, and the price of pixie dust is going to fluctuate. So coins, one of the main uses for coins, is to get more pixie dust. Also, if you are on a job, so let's say I'm on this job here, the child's birthday, I go to this spot, I can pay 9 pixie dust. I will get the rewards, 2 money and a point, plus I'm going to look at this symbol. For each charm I have in front of me that matches a symbol here, I'm going to get an extra point and an extra money. And each person has their own starting board, which, by the way, everyone starts with 30 pixie dust. Pixie dust comes in 25s. These are 10s, 5s, and 1s. They're all different shapes. Each person's starting thing has a bonus printed on it. So if I was playing with this character here, for example, the one with the duck head, then they automatically have that blues give me +1 point and +1 coin. And sometimes the different jobs that are out there may have more than one symbol on them, like this vegetable. So if I have this vegetable and I have 2 blue charms and the green things written on here, not only will I get the 2 points and 2 coins, I'll get 3 more points and 3 more coins for having matching symbols on them. Now, whenever you take one of these, that spot remains empty. However, you're going to look at the back of that card that you fulfilled, and this shows 8 mountains, and I'll put a mushroom in the 8 mountains area. Why does that matter? If anyone goes over that mushroom, they can pick it up. Like this one here gives you 2 free movement. This one here gives 20 pixie dust, so those mushrooms can give you benefits as you're going around the board. And once there are 3 or less villages that have cards in, then you'll just draw more cards from the deck. This is actually the trigger to the end of the game. The Royal Inspector's in the bottom 4 cards. Shuffled in there somehow. When he shows up, the game is over. Another place you can go to is you can go to the castle. If you go to the castle, you need to pass a test. There's going to be different tests here equal to the number of players plus 1, and you need to be able to pull one of them off. So this one here, I just need 10 coins. This one here, I need 2 illusion icons and 5 coins. 7 coins, 3 icons of one type, 3 icons of another type, 5 icons of one type. Whichever one I can, if I can't complete one, my turn's over. If I can complete one, I discard that one. Everyone else will have to try something else. And I take the top seal here. This is going to give me bonus points at the end of the game. This one gives me a point at the end of the game for every green icon I have, red icon, yellow icon, blue icon, and then the different charms that are in the corner of the board will give me 2 points each. At the end of the game, if you've not gotten a royal seal, you will count all the negative points on the royal seals that are left there, and that's how many negative points you get. Also, at the end of the game, you're going to count up all the different symbols and the jobs you've done, and the more you have of each type is going to get you more points. Every 2 coins turns into a point. You add those to points that you may have gotten throughout the game through various reasons, and whoever has the most points is the winner. Okay, so the first thing I want to say about Wizards Wanted is while it may look like a kid's game and even feel like a kid's game, there is a lot more involved. And I'm not saying kids can't play this game, but there is a strong economy in this pixie dust stuff. It looks really cool, and it's pretty neat, the denominations and stuff, but you have to sit and figure, okay, if I move this many spaces, so I'm going to move 3 spaces, that costs me 3 pixie dust, and I could move there in 3 turns, 3 spaces each, that's going to cost me 9. I can move 5, which costs me 10, or I can move here and teleport for 10, and then that job gives me 17, and it gives me a couple coins, and I should go buy this pixie dust now, because that's going to give me, you can have a maximum, I think, of 60 pixie dust, or no, maybe 100 pixie dust. Yeah, 100 pixie dust at any point in time. So now's a good time to buy it. There is a strong economic flair going back and forth. And the game isn't bad, right? You're moving around, you're doing jobs, you see a mushroom pop up, you're like, oh, I'll go over and get that mushroom, but that's out of my way. The mushrooms pop up, the jobs come and go. You want to get those charms in the corner of the board as quickly as you can. You don't want to let someone get all the charms. So at the beginning of the game, people are probably grabbing charms, maybe doing a few quick jobs to get some points and coins. Using coins to pay that bird seems way overpriced in the beginning of the game, but as the game goes by, you get more and more coins, and suddenly you're like, maybe I can afford to take this taxi. And I like all that. It works together really well. I like the fact that you're doing really silly little things like throwing birthday parties on and such, right? This game might be called, Wizards Wanted, but it's not mean. It has that kid's flavor in it. It's just that the economic thing doesn't necessarily meet that, and an adult will probably beat a child because they're going to be able to better understand the economic system. The game has one flaw, I do believe, and that's going into the middle to that castle to meet your test and get your bonus token. That's fine, right? Going in there quickly, find out what the tests are. Okay, now I know what I'm going for. Or waiting till later and going in there and just hoping you've already completed one of the tests. That's a good mechanism. What I don't like is that you draw the top seal and keep it. So you might have been collecting all the yellow icons of magic for whatever reason. That's just what you happen to get. You draw it and you get points for red. And it's really random which one you get. And therefore, you can argue go early so you can build upon that. But you really can't go early because you need to have something to go get that test. So you need to get some things first, and so you might get something that matches what you have, in which case, yeah, that's a bunch of bonus points, or it might not match what you have. And I find that problematic. It's an easy fix. The first person there to pass a test goes through the pile of tokens and picks the one they want. That makes much more sense to me because that gives you an incentive to go there as quickly as you can and hope you can pass one of the tests and get that token. I like that method better, and that's how I would play this. Other than that, the board is pretty. Every time some things happen, that teleportation guy will bounce around the board and move from spot to spot. So you can use him to teleport back and forth, get your charms, do your things. The game starts snowballing at first. You feel really tight economy, like, oh, we don't got enough of this pixie dust. But as time goes by, you get more and more of it. And the money, which is really scarce at the beginning, you do a couple jobs, you get that. And, sometimes you're just stuck. You'll have to take a couple turns and not move to build up a little bit of pixie dust. But it's not too bad. It kind of works out smoothly. The whole thing is a very nice production. Other than that one little flaw in the rules, I think it's a good game. My only concern is that I think people are going to see this and buy it for their kids. And I'm not sure kids are going to be able to pick this up and play it. I should also mention that the insert's really nice. This is where you put everything, and it just fits in there very nicely. Very good insert. Anyhow, that's Wizards Wanted. Maybe a good family game to help teach your kids some economic traits. I wouldn't give it to them and walk away, but then again, kids are smarter than we think. Wizards won it. Dice Tower judgment approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.